Hi everyone, I'm Shelby. This is my ethical issue case study titled Retail Manager Falsifying Time at Work. Background of the ethical issue includes the following. In 2013, I moved to Columbus, Ohio to work for a retail clothing store. I was going to Columbus to work for the retailer because it was heavily traveled and a high volume store, and it had about triple the staff of my current store. I transferred as an assistant manager with 5 years of experience under only one store manager previously. When moving to my new location, I had never met or worked with my new store manager. The ethical issue begins. After working for 1 week, I knew something was off about my store manager. I didn't have much experience working for different leaders, but I knew something wasn't right. Unlike many retailers, we were paid hourly, not salary. This is important in the situation because we had to clock in and out during our shifts daily to track time worked. My store manager had come in late, left early, never clocking in or out for these times, and had to leave to attend her children's sporting events, doctor's appointments, and a parent-teacher conference, all within the first week I was there. She never clocked out during these departures from work because she claimed that she'd be back every time. I was left with a decision to make. Do I report her? I was so new to the store. Did I want to be a snitch? I had never worked with a manager who openly broke policy with no repercussions. It was the first time I had to deal with an ethical situation, but my training urged me to act. I decided that as a leader, I needed to take a stand for my fellow coworkers and my store. I called our SWAT hotline, which is a unanimous line to call when you suspect someone is doing something wrong in the workplace. The asset protection team took over from there and investigated further. Prior to my decision, I used the reversibility test, assuming that my manager would get into trouble. I imagined how I would feel in her shoes facing the negative consequences of my decision to turn her in. This wouldn't be a good feeling, but morally I knew that the store manager, what she was doing was affecting our team and our store's profitability by stealing time. My store manager led with her self-interest first. The philosopher Adam Smith describes self-interest as people who are, by nature, driven to pursue their own interests with essentially no intrinsic regard for the interests of others. She had tunnel vision, not clearly viewing her time falsifying as a problem. While having tunnel vision, my store manager was also in the process of rationalization, which is when people convince themselves that actions they otherwise know are wrong and immoral are actually acceptable. The question that kept me up at night was how long had she been actually falsifying her time, and why hadn't anyone confronted her prior to me? The answer could very well have been because of her power of authority, which can be strong. Employees could possibly alter their behavior to the demands of an authority figure. My other concern was how her boss, our district manager, never knew. My only answer would be a communication breakdown where ethical problems are not clearly discussed in open communication. Kohlberg's theory of moral development can also help illustrate the store manager's behavior. As Kohlberg's theory explains, people make different decisions in similar situations because they are in different stages of cognitive moral development. The store manager was in the first 2 stages. She was aiming to avoid punishment to achieve personal gain, similar to how many criminals function. The store manager never really made it out of the 2 pre-conventional stages. Furthermore, as a result of my encounter with this ethical situation, it has taught me to be more self-aware of my actions as a leader. It made me look deeper into my values and to always have an optimistic outlook regardless of the situation. And finally, it has taught me what I don't want to portray as a leader in my career, and to always stay honest and have clear lines of communication.